once called this home. I have no doubt. I seem to recall something on the other side of that wall. I cannot see it, but I can still feel it. It is not my imagination. I know this to be true. We are already deep within this valley.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Oh, what was that awful sound?
That was Ninja, my favorite Fortnite streamer.
Yes.
What's going on, everybody? It's Drewstopher again. So I kind of goofed up on this. I was recording a cutscene for the intro, and I turned my mic off on the recording settings. Obviously, because I didn't want it to interfere with intro I was gonna make, but my dumbass didn't turn the mic back on for when I recorded an episode right afterwards. So I got about an hour of footage of just gameplay that has no commentary over it, nothing. So I'm trying to make up for it now. This is the video playback. I'm basically just gonna talk about my thoughts on it. Basically trying to recreate somewhat what I was doing, trying to recall everything. Usually, I strongly considered not putting this up at all, but something I mentioned, I remember saying while I was playing, is that I felt like I executed my strategy on this almost perfectly. There's like a few things, like small things, I think I could have done better. I'll mention it when we get there, but I was really happy with my overall playthrough of this level. I just felt like things that I kind of overlooked and just wasn't that great at before, I think I've already like cleaned some of those things up, just like 10 episodes in, so I feel really good about that. Usually I wouldn't just try to do something half-assed like this. I wouldn't say it's completely half-assed. I'm trying to make up for it in a decent way, but it may end up being shorter because I am going to be cutting through some stuff, just some lulls. But alright, we'll get to it. Alright, so getting into gameplay now. Maybe I could have looked around at some of my other units. It's gonna be different because I'm gonna be critical of myself in a different way. Because usually, like when you're watching someone play Fire Emblem, like you'll see, like, oh dude, like why didn't you do this? Or like you can see it in real time, like please don't make that decision. I can tell you about making a bad decision. Like I've kind of seen myself do that when I like watch like Mangs play or something like that. But now I definitely understand it by seeing it from his side of things, because if you're playing actively and you're trying to do commentary of some kind, you're not 100% doing either or. You just can't. You're like half invested in one or the other. So like I definitely understand that now, and that's also, I think, attributes to why some of these episodes are getting longer, because I am taking my time more, and you'll notice some silence maybe when I'm thinking, or I start trying to think out loud. But I think me trying to think things through is definitely attributing to the length of the episodes, which I have started putting a poll in my videos. I would like feedback on what you guys prefer. If you guys prefer me to have just these longer episodes, you know, like however long the battle takes, however long the episode would be, kind of thing, because I understand that you would want it to be seamless, and I like the idea of, you know, whatever we start on a video, we all get to see the ending and the conclusion. But I also understand that 50 minutes plus of sitting down and watching one video can be taxing. Recording it can be taxing. I also understand, you know, people's busy schedules. While there are some people who appreciate the longer ones, I do understand like people who don't want to spend more than like 35 minutes on one. Just the drawbacks of splitting it up is that, you know, we can get to a pretty exciting point in the video, and then it'll just kind of cut to the next thing. So here, like, I'm using a gambit. I haven't been early on. I wasn't really focus on using them. Like, I would making sure that most of my units had a battalion, but I wasn't engaging that battalion at all. I wasn't using any of their benefits. So that was something I did there. Did a lot of damage, honestly. You have to worry about any retaliation, and it's not using a weapon user. And also, this one, I try to make a focal point of breaking all of the armor, as you probably noticed on that wolf. So I was trying to break all the armor, or as much as I could, to try to reap as many smithing material as I could. Just try to be able to, so when I get to later stages, these magic weapons and brave weapons, whatever weapons I'm trying to utilize, actually have the material to upkeep those. So that's something I haven't done in previous playthroughs because I didn't know about, and I did kind of take a risk here because a theme in the series seems to be, unless it's like a 85% or higher, even then,
what I was hoping for.
It's like I don't have that full sense of security that I'm gonna get that hit. Yeah, something I wish I did a little better. It's not happening right now so much. I could have used Stride right here with Edelgard with everybody right around. I think I might have, but it's something that'd be funny if I do this right now, because I'm watching this in real time, and
I'm good now.
yeah, that's awesome. Of course I do that.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
So yeah, if you notice, I turned her to face the right direction to take advantage of the range of the Gambit Stride. That way I can make sure that everyone was able to take advantage. And here I'm just kind of thinking ahead, just kind of doing the math in my head, like, okay, I can break this one with this person and try to minimize the damage I receive. And then something I got good at, I was learning kind of on the fly, is taking advantage of the paralysis that you can induce on them. So if you break all 4 of their armor blocks, they do get paralyzed. So for one whole turn, they can't counterattack, they can't move or attack. So I wouldn't be like, I need to worry about necessarily killing this one. I just need to make sure that I break its armor all the way on this turn, and then I can focus the rest of my units, say, on another one. And that kind of helped me manage the pace of the battlefield and put as many factors as I could in my hands. So that helps out a lot. Okay, so here, maybe not here, but that bridge right there, after I think I kill this wolf, it's either this wolf and the other one, or I think it's a bird over there. After I killed those 2, I started turning around. So I think I had Ferdinand, Edelgard, and someone else I couldn't remember. I had them start going the other way. And that was not a terrible mistake, but it kept 3 units out of the action. And another reason why I think the strategy was so perfect is because I had to make use of every last move. And part of the reason why I was had 3 units basically not in the fight. So I had to make the absolute most of every single move I made. But I didn't have too many units in critical danger. I think maybe a few times with Shamir or so. I think she might have gotten close to getting killed. But it wasn't that this level wasn't difficult, because it definitely challenged me. Yeah, Dorothea's on the brink. Definitely challenged my thinking quite a bit. Maybe do things do a little differently than I've done in the past.
As you wish.
And right now.
To work.
So I hate these damn bridges and everything. And then the 4 movement for Shamir, and then so heavy knights and the mages is frustrating at times. But you might notice that I have the relic on Edelgard. And that's something I've enjoyed is watching him use a bow with all the armor on.
The nobles.
I'm kind of enjoying doing this kind of episode. It's definitely different because I'm not having to worry about thinking. Like, I don't have to worry about tactics and strategy as much as playing the game or like trying to commentate and talk. So, I'm interested in what you guys think of this kind of style.
Oh.
That was another thing I try to emphasize is try to get the forward, like the most forward units as far back behind the other ones or the enemies. That way I can get as many in close range as I possibly could. And now you see how there's the red rings around. Yeah, I highlighted it at the top left, but paralysis. And then out here I was checking out his bow rank and wondering if I was wasting my time investing in it, because I think he has a weakness in bows so that he is only getting like
Stay
1
focused.
XP per use towards his bow skill, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Really I like using it because it's
Sweet of you.
at range and it's accurate, and the training bows are low weight, so a lot of times he attacks twice, and he's pretty strong right now as he is, so he's doing quite a bit of damage with it. I don't need him to be rocking killer bows and stuff, so for what it's, the reason I have it, just having extra utility, it's great.
That's my cue.
So yeah, I think I was just deciding who I wanted to get the XP, and I was continuing to prioritize the 2 ladies who are going to be Wyvern Riders soon. And I'm just looking at that massive crit rate he has, and I was like, I just want to guarantee this kill, so I think I did concede. Oh, I did not. The slight risk paid off. I mean, it's still a 76% chance without the combat art, but I definitely could tell I was contemplating going one way or the other. And I think this is where I start going the other way.
That helps.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I guess it's Shamir, Hubert, and Edelgard maybe I had going this way.
More hawks. This is bad. We'll be...
Yeah, somehow I forgot about the monsters that spawn from that side. I don't know, maybe I thought in my mind that they spawned later or something. I don't know. It wasn't like I made a fatal mistake per se, but I was like, really? How did I forget that? Now, if it was like Cavaliers or something and I started moving that way, I wouldn't be worried as much, but literally like my slowest moving characters. Kind of frustrating. So yeah, I kind of skipped forward a little bit, just because I don't have, because if I left it on the raw footage length, it'd be I think 56 minutes, and that's a long video. I'm not sure I want to scare away too many people. If you are enjoying the series though, please consider leaving a like. It does help out the channel, helps it get seen by more people, and I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're new, consider subscribing if you're interested in seeing more of this playthrough. I am trying to delve into other ones. I think Golden Deer is the next one I plan on. I'm not sure how far along in this series I want to get before I start doing two at the same time, if I want to do two. I do want to make sure I give this the proper amount of attention. I don't want to kind of half-ass it if I start playing another route at the same time. I just want to basically make sure I invest as much as I can in both, or at least whatever project I'm on. I want to make sure that I can handle giving it 100%.
That really helped.
This wasn't too bad. I got her back pretty quickly. I know I could have gotten that kill with her with the iron bow, but I do need to work on her axes. And I think I was trying to set someone else up for the kill, if I remember correctly. And I was trying to paralyze him, but I wasn't able to. I just couldn't reach that other corner. So what I could have done, maybe I do it here, but I was thinking if I gambit with somebody, it draws the attention of them. I know I do that later, but I just can't remember exactly when I do it. But I was trying to draw their attention to somebody, so I guaranteed, the livelihood of another character. As long as I hit here, I'm fine. I think he can retaliate on this turn, but he's screwed after this for a whole turn. So now I have both these monsters who can't do anything on this turn. Yeah, I left him exposed, but I think Cutting Gale is actually effective against him. No, it's Seraphim. She gets attacked, I think she dodges, yeah. And I was kind of wondering how she did so much damage, because she's her magic rate is still pretty low. But it turns out Seraphim is strong against monsters. All her other stats are great. Her magic is just crap. I mean, I can make it work though. It's not, I wouldn't say a fatal flaw, because I can have her heal, which is probably her biggest help. But I can give her heavy weapons, or axes, so she can do out a lot of damage still, physical damage. It's just that making her a mage, you prefer her to be able to do a lot of damage. magic still. Here, I felt like I was kind of in a tricky spot here because I think she was in range of all these birds, and I know she's not going to be able to withstand attack from all of them. So I'm not sure exactly how I deal with this here. Maybe I kind of block her off. I think that might be what I end up doing. But I just knew that she was not going to be able to take all that damage, and neither is Lindhart. I think I was just trying to set somebody else up for a kill as well. Probably one of the Wyvern girls. Yep, that's what I was like, oh yeah, effective against monsters, nice. So I do think I'm kind of behind on her faith skill. I should not have prioritized her reason as much. Yeah, they're both at B, but I need her at A, I think, to safely take that exam so she can get to Bishop, I think is what it's next. And Shamira's character model, she's one of my favorite. And yeah, seeing that green on the feathers that reminded me of Tibarn from the Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance games. So I'm pretty sure he was like had that green to him, but he was one of my favorite Lagoos. Skrimir was the line was definitely one of my favorite. Obviously Canagis was better, but Skrimir is like the first one you get to use of the lions, and he's just insane.
For Lady Edelgard.
And that's just that shows how crazy he is with the magic bow to be able to one-shot a monster like that. Yeah, he has the magic, obviously, so it increases or it's based off his magic skill, and then he's attacking a flyer, so he gets that effectiveness bonus. It's just crazy. So good. You know, I like how she decides to hit a crit when I don't need it. On 5% when I've been trying to gamble using combat arts and I'm not getting any luck. But no, I think my method of attack is really good right now. I was able to put him off for one turn, and I definitely have the means to kill him with these 4. Which is just what I need, and then everyone else is postured to be able to survive comfortably, I think, the next turn. And I was wondering, like, how the hell can this wolf still attack Lindhart even though I have all these people in the way, and then I look, he has pass, so he can just move against through enemy units.
We'll cover you. And let's use our heads.
Kind of tired. I need to go to bed early. I'm always up late playing UFC or Fire Emblem. And if anyone has any like game suggestions, just like fun ones to play, I'm always up for those. I'm having a hard time getting around to the ones I want to play right now, but I don't mind ever adding some to my list to play. I still not top priority, but high priority for me is definitely getting to the golden deer. I just want to play as him so bad, but I'm invested in this, and I think the wait's gonna make it worth it. I'm thinking about doing that on Maddening. I think after completing 2 playthroughs, one on normal, one on hard, it just makes sense that I take that next step. And then I'm like, damn, they pulled up right on me, which actually is nice, though. At first I was like, damn, they're close. But then I looked at it and I was like, well, the closer they are to everybody, the more people I can have attack them at once, so it worked out more so in my favor. So the yellow rings, stars going around their head, that's confusion, so that just means they can't counterattack before in combat. And then, so some people might feel like I'm insulting their intelligence or pointing out things that they should know or already do know. I do have some people who are watching this who've never played the series at all, and they don't have the game, so this is their only exposure to it. So, this is, I'm just, a lot of things I'll explain assuming that people don't know anything about the game. I do think the quality is pretty good, my recording quality. I've messed with the settings a lot to get it where I feel it runs smooth, records smooth, and the quality is pretty much as high as I can get it, that it runs like basically prioritizing performance so that I don't have like frame drops while I'm recording. But if anyone has any suggestions, if you think the quality could be better, if you know a way I can make it better, I always do appreciate that stuff. And that includes voice quality, so if you think the mic audio is a little too loud or a little too quiet, please let me know those things. Constantly trying to fine-tune this, but I think I finally found a good setup for me. Yes, there's only one combat that confusion's gonna last.
I am
or maybe it's one
Ferdinand von
turn.
Iron.
Because where's that one combat? But yeah. Ferdinand just wasn't quite
Stay
good
focused.
enough. But it's alright. Paralyze that one. Oops. Oops, I think you can see my window. Yeah. I'm recording on window capture.
As you wish.
See if I can get that thing to go away. Yeah. It's the only way I can do it. I was trying to do well, it's display capture, not window capture. It wouldn't find
humiliating.
the video
I'm impressed.
program running. Just like the basic Windows. Maybe if I played it using VLC or something, it would find it, but when I did the window capture, it wouldn't find it, so I have to do display. So looking at right now, I have 3 people left who can attack, and I could break that bird's armor. Looking at right now, paralyze him, but then that lets that wolf run free. So I think that's why I did this gambit, is to guarantee that this wolf will attack Caspar this next turn, so he doesn't go eating away at somebody else. Because I do see, if you look, you can see there's a lot of open space. He could attack Shamir. He could just double up on whoever that wolf or that bird's gonna attack. So I was trying to prevent that as much as I could. Yeah, he could attack a lot of people, Hubert even.
You'll be repaid.
Yeah, and he wasn't, not close at all to get to me, so... And of course another crit that doesn't matter.
Not.
And I noticed how he backed up to attack Caspar when Caspar has a bow equipped. I'm really curious why he didn't attack him head on, and the only reason I could come up with is that the wolf wants to put himself further away from the rest of my units so that less can attack him. That's the only thing I could think of, because otherwise it's strange that you would engage an enemy in a way that he could engage you back when you have the option to hit him without any retaliation. I just thought that was really weird. Maybe because it's one of the earlier paralogs. This is a Silvus paralog. You can tell by the intro. But it's funny, like, I think Ferdinand would have taken damage there, but he'll dodge things, you know he's not going to take any damage, and then, like, you see my units will do criticals when it's absolutely unnecessary.
Oh no.
It's like, where are these dodges and criticals when I actually need them?
To work.
They're nowhere to be found. And I don't know if you noticed, but I don't think I've missed a single shot or attack at all this whole paralog, which is actually crazy considering historically this playthrough how much I've missed. Like, I feel like I've been missing like crazy.
I will prevail.
You can see her crazy range.
Can I go now?
And also in the back of my mind, I was trying to keep, trying to remember that the chest on this map has a knowledge gem, which helps with skill acquisition. So I was thinking about giving that to Shamir or Edelgard, maybe Edelgard to help her catch up on her faith, or Shamir because she needs a lot of help with her armor and axe. I think I'm leaning towards Edelgard right now just because she's level 19. And once she's level 20, she's eligible to take an exam. But I want her to pass sooner rather than later. I want to get that 5th move rating and have more white magic uses. So the sooner that I can get that done, the better. Now I would have given that kill to Dorothea, but I needed someone to get the armor. I think she's the only one who could have, just the way the bird was positioned.
How sweet.
I should have used recover to get more XP there. Sorry, hindsight. I think I was getting a little excited to finish this. I was like, man, this run through was flawless, which is something I needed after having a terrible outing on the Battle of the Eagle in Line. And yeah, I could have thrashed that wolf with magic bow, but again, I was setting up someone else for the kill.
Apologies.
Thanks for helping.
And I think I just did this because I was trying to get Caspar to get that chest. And I know Professor Colorado loves to see his man go to work. I was hoping to hear more back from the other people who submitted classes and units for this run. I appreciate the 2v that have Noivern and Professor Colorado. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys been sticking around and enjoying this, because I've been enjoying this too. But really my goal was, even if just one person stuck along for the whole series, like that been plenty for me. The fact that there's 2 of you and you guys are commenting and hanging out every video. I really appreciate it. I think I've said it a few times, but it really means a lot. I'm really grateful for you.
I'm good now.
No, don't do it, Drew. Move. You gotta move, Hubert. If we're trying to set her up for this kill. Yep, at least gotta move her. I think I might use an axe and take the damage and not use a gambit, maybe just because the XP. Maybe I do that. Okay.
There's our opening.
Most of those missed, I feel like, but that'll do.
Thank you. I won't go down so
Look at
easily.
that, 56 critical chance. Not trying to play around with that. Yeah, I think something else I wish I kind of done different was trap him on the bridge. Alright, basically where he's at right now would have been like perfect, but this worked out really nice too, because I can kind of choke him a little bit right there and then still get a lot of people on the sides of him. So maybe this was like a blessing in disguise by taking so long to get back over here. Oh, it's nice because I basically have everyone except for Caspar involved in this one. And then you can kind of see how the team composition complements each other. Yeah, Lysithia is not in her normal class, but it's a decent sign of things to come. Trying to figure out what I was deciding on right here. Okay, I now remember. So yeah, if you kill these monsters, well, not kill them. So see how they have the 2 gems or whatever? That basically is like a health bar.
Thanks so much.
So each bar gets more HP. So after I destroy this one of those gems will go away. But when you do that, it counts as like a full-on kill. Like the amount of XP you get is like a full-on kill. So you're basically getting, let's see, 3 kills worth of XP from this one boss, which is a lot. So I was trying to set it up perfectly so that Dorothea and Bernadetta could both get to level 20 by the end of this. That way I can do their exams. Now, that's literally why. That was another thing I was really happy with how perfectly it worked out. I just felt like things fell really well into place. And then I was able to stun him for a turn with that. And you see how much XP she got from that. And he still got 2 bars left.
What did I expect?
With a shitty level up, of course. But it's a level up nonetheless. And now he's about to sneeze. He's just holding in the sneeze for a whole turn. And like, yeah, so here I was like, I don't want to have to take the chance of doing a critical with him, and he just sucks all the XP from this guy. So I picked something that only attacked once and that wouldn't do it. And look at that, sure enough, he critical. So I was happy I didn't take the chance of attacking twice. You know, there's no rush because he's stunned anyway still. So there's no rush for me to try and chip away his XP more. Hopefully I went and did recover on somebody.
Very helpful.
Nope, I just didn't take advantage of the XP like an idiot. So now he was able to finally sneeze. So I just want to make sure that Dorothea got one of these kills and Bernadetta got one of these, because they both had 19. So she barely got it, which was annoying, but I was like, oh, that's no problem. As long as I have her just attack and hit on the next turn, then it's all good. So the best thing to do right now, yep, would be Gambit to draw attention on someone who can take the damage on the next turn. And no better candidate than an Armor Knight. And it pushed him back too. That was cool. So yeah, I didn't attack with her because I wanted to make sure that Bernadetta, sorry, wow, I'm incredibly tired. So that Dorothea could attack and get that 1 XP that she needs, because he's on his last health bar, and I want to make sure that under no crazy circumstances does it get taken from her. And then if I were to attack him right now anyways, it would take away his distraction. That's what that gold bar is showing, is that he's attracted to, and he's going to attack. And if I were attacking with somebody else, it would go away. In case you guys are wondering, my batteries were low. So I finally get that knowledge gem. Then things should be getting wrapped up right here shortly, but knowing me, probably gonna drag it out for no good reason. I was like, please don't critical, please don't critical. It's just been a massive inconvenience.
Well,
I was pretty happy with that level up, because she's gonna have pretty high resistance for a Wyvern Rider. Yeah, I just want to scam some more XP.
lovely timing.
Thank you.
And I was trying to do some more, but it didn't work. And I should wrap it up. It was just enough. And that sums it up. That was just
Too, you know.
beautiful, and what an amazing level up at the end to make up for her shitty
Our
one
work
she
is
just
done.
got.
My, things did
Yeah,
not
I was
go as
incredibly
planned.
satisfied with that, how that one turned out.
Let us return before
I just
any
felt
more
like
hawks or wolves
things
join
really
us.
fell in place, and it was
But
due
what was
to
that demonic beast
just all the
within
work.
Red Canyon?
Or all the time I spent on each move. I wasn't just kind of rushing through, and I kind of felt the pressure a little bit with the monsters stacking up, especially when they were coming from both sides. But then once I was able to kind of control the base by stunning them and paralyzing them, I felt like completely in control, and it was a great feeling. Like, it's amazing when your team composition and your strategy all comes together and it works out perfectly, like the way you envision it. Like all the frustrating battles and little moments
glad
you
that you
have
were
in
safe,
Fire Emblem,
Professor.
like you kind of
It was
forget
rather
about them.
reckless of you to
Like
venture
when
out
those
alone
really
like
great
that.
things like all come
I
together, it's just
suppose
really
we came out
satisfying
here
and
without permission, too.
something that I really love
If we
about
all
this
wish to
series. Like,
avoid punishment,
you can have all
perhaps
those
we can all agree
all
that
those
we
really
came out
annoying
here for
moments
an
and frustrating times,
extracurricular
but when
activity.
things work out perfectly, it's just the
Let's
best
leave it
feeling in
at
the world.
that.
So and
Still,
everything that you've
I
done
would
up
like
to this
know what
point
brought
has
you
led
to
to this. It's
valley
just
in the
great.
first place.
So I appreciate you
dear.
guys sticking around. Let me know
I
what
put
you
us
guys
in a
thought of
bit
this.
danger there.
Kind of weird, still kind of weird thing about it that I'm like commentating on
Most fortunate
previous
that those
gameplay, but it's not the worst thing in the
delinquents
world.
followed us. Very nearly met your end.
Leave a like if you enjoyed. It helps out the channel. If you're new,
Marvelous
please
professor
consider
you must
subscribing.
be, for all your students to be so
I do
concerned.
have quite a few of these up, and I'm going to be continuing this for a good while. I am going to be taking a little bit of a break this weekend because I have a
You
work
seem
trip
more
coming up. I am going
confident
to
in your
try
ability
to
to
record
teach.
at least 1 or 2 more to schedule
But
for
that makes
upload
sense,
so
as you
that I
have
don't leave
me
you
to
guys
help you
completely
out.
hanging high and dry. Yep, so that's it
Do
for
you
me.
feel them
I'll see you
stir?
guys at the next one.
How
Peace.
curious.
My life is just okay, we going steady, yeah. My life is just okay, we going steady, yeah.